Hey everybody, happy Monday. So last week we talked about recruiting. We talked about getting your 6 joins so that you can earn your tablet. And I wonder how it's going so far. I think it's going well because joins are way up this time of the month than they were compared to last month, this same day. So seems like things are off to a very strong start. I know that a lot of you are in a lot of activity, doing lots of income producing activity, like I suggested the other day, and you guys are going to see results from that. So I'm so excited for you. Cannot wait for you guys to own your remarkable tablets. You're going to love them. So last week we talked about recruiting. Tonight, I want to talk to you about another pillar, which is duplication. And that is creating business builders. So let me look at my notes here. All right. So what's most important? Well, I don't say most important. I will say it's equally as important as getting the people is what you do with the people after they join you. Okay. So recruiting, enrolling people, that is just one out of the 4 pillars. And you guys know the 4 pillars, right? Let me share my screen real quick. I'll move this bar down. There. All right, not that. Here's the 4 pillars. Okay, here it is. So recruiting, retention, duplication, leadership, those are the 4 pillars. And then they all rest on the foundation of your mindset. All right. So we talked about one of the pillars last week. You should be setting a goal this month to enroll 6 new people, but duplication is another one of the pillars that is going to create massive momentum for you. It's not only important to enroll people, it's equally as important what you do with the people that you enroll. Okay. So if you have 6 joins in any given time period, you should have at least 1, if not 2, new level 1 silvers in the following 30 days. That is what good duplication would look like. Okay. And I want to talk to you about the process of it. So before I even jump into that, I know that I've shown this illustration to several of you before, but it's so powerful that it bears worth repeating. And I wish I could see my cursor because now I cannot move that bar. Can y'all see that bar, or is it just me? Can you see that bar that says mute, stop video, all that? No bar, just my screen. Okay, so it's only distracting me. Good deal. All right, so let me just show you this illustration real quick. Race to 1,000 signups. So just so you know, if you had 1,000 people actively ordering over 100 PV in your organization, that is pretty much the equivalent of diamond. Okay, you guys know what diamonds make, right? The equivalent of a brain surgeon. All right. So we have 2 teams here. We're going to compare them. Team A has 10 working ambassadors. Team B also has 10 working ambassadors. Team A, all 10 of the working ambassadors on Team A enroll 6 new VIP customers every single month consistently. How long does it take them to go diamond? Compared to Team B, who only all 10 working ambassadors consistently enroll 3 new VIPs every single month consistently. Okay. But the caveat is Team B, even though they only enroll 3 per month, 1 out of every 3 new VIP customers that comes onto Team B also enrolls 1 person. So which one do you think is going to go diamond first? Well, at this rate, Team A will achieve that 1,000 signups in about 17 months. And guys, this is not a realistic picture because this does not account for attrition, things like that. Okay. So we know that you're not going to have 100% retention. So it's natural for some people to fall off along the way. But just for the sake of simplicity and numbers, we're going to assume that all the people who order remain ordering for a period of 17 months, then that team A would be a diamond team. Team B, they reach 1,100 signups in a period of only 9 months. So we're talking about less than half of the time. Okay. So that just shows you the power of duplication. And further, in the same amount of time that it took team A to go diamond, team B has almost 12,000. I mean, 12,000, let's just assume that you're getting, at this point, people are deeper to you. Let's just say average pay point is 4. Multiply 12,000 times 4. That's where team B would be at in the same amount of time that it took team A to get to diamond points. Okay. So we need to duplicate. So I want to show you guys that because it's super powerful. I want you guys to really understand the gravity of the importance of duplication, how we are not a volume-based comp plan. We earn financial freedom based off of leadership skills and how well we can build a team and get others sharing health and happiness with other people. Okay. So it's not just about how much product you can sell, although that is important. That's where it starts. We are in sales. It's also about how can you help others be successful too. So let's talk about the process of duplication. To create business builders, it always, always, always starts with belief. When I look at a team that is in full-blown momentum and they have business builders coming in left and right, it just seems like they sneeze and there's a new silver. They cough and there's a new rank up on their team. They have people that want to do this with them. It sometimes can appear like it's just been so much easier for them than it is for most people. And I'm here to tell you what the difference is between teams who seem to have just no struggle with creating business builders or getting people interested in making money with Plexus, and the difference between those people and the ones who seem to just really struggle in this area of getting people to understand the value of our opportunity. And they just find it to be the biggest challenge to create business builders. The main difference is what they believe, because what you believe is going to drive your behavior. It's going to drive how you respond. It will drive how you think and how you feel and what you say to people. And I've noticed that the people who have very, very high belief, they have strong posture, they're bold, and they're confident when it comes to the opportunity. And they almost come across as if like they're so passionate and enthusiastic about the opportunity that they almost think that you're crazy for not doing this. Like they come across as, you need to do this with me. Like, why wouldn't you want to do this? No, you need to know about this. No, really, you really need to know about this. And so they just care more about that person seeing their own potential than they do about what that person is going to think of them. Okay. So they're not trapped in this fear of man cycle where they're so concerned about what people are going to think of them that they hesitate to share, or they overthink every single thing that they need to say, because they just believe that what they have is so extremely valuable that everybody needs to know about it. And they can't understand why somebody doesn't see what they see. It always goes back to belief. And the good news is that if you don't feel as passionate or as enthusiastic about our opportunity as you do about the products, there's a process you can engage in that will help you build that belief. You can get there. You can have that belief. You just have to intentionally go and build it. Okay. So it always starts with belief when creating business builders. I mean, with the exception of somebody who sponsors a rock star and, you know, somebody just happens to organically want to start the business, or they hear about it one time and they take off running, they catch the vision. That's unusual, just so you know. It's not usually how things happen. But I'm not talking about somebody who recruited one business builder and then they seem to struggle creating other business builders. I'm talking about leaders who have strong belief. They are able to go wide with business builders. They're able to develop leaders because their belief is so strong and so high. Okay, so belief is the most important thing. It's foundational. And that's why when I showed you that 4 pillars diagram, all of the pillars are resting on the foundation of mindset, because it all goes back to, what are you thinking? What are you believing? And you need to be self-aware, because a lot of times people can give the right answers. Like if I were to ask questions, they can give the right answers, but in their heart of hearts, they're constantly battling thoughts, negative thoughts. And so people just have to engage in the process of building their belief to the point of where it's internalized, where it really is something that you truly believe to the core of your being, and it's unshakable. No matter what people say about you, or no matter what objection you get, or no matter what somebody reads on the internet, or no matter what somebody's friend tells them about Plexus, these people, their belief is high. Okay, so it starts with belief. Next, I think it's super important to get people on the phone to join them. And guys, I've talked about duplication over the last month until I'm blue in the face. I'm not even kidding. A lot of this, I'm sure if I have done a coaching call with you, or you were at my house for that breakfast bunch we did recently, a lot of this is just going to be repetition for you. But like I said, you can't overtrain on this. Like if you have been through, if you've heard these things before and you still don't have business builders coming in left and right, then guess what? You need to hear it again and again and again and again until it clicks, because we all need that. Like there's been times in my business where I have needed that too, like hear the same thing over and over and over until, like I said, you internalize it and it just becomes part of your language. It becomes part of your thought process. So if you are hearing this again and again and again, good. Be grateful for that, because this is the ticket. This is what is going to help you reach your goals. Okay, so you need to be doing welcome calls. You need to get people who join you on the phone to walk them through the process of joining. So A, they don't hit any glitches, and if they do hit any glitches, you can help them overcome that. And B, so that you can build their belief in the opportunity and the products, that they made a great decision. And you need to start a conversation. If by the time they have joined and ordered their welcome pack, if you have not already talked to them about the opportunity, this is the perfect time. After they have ordered their welcome pack, they are excited. They are like, they're more excited than they probably ever will be. They are full of hope, and they can't wait to get their products in the mail and see what Plexus is going to do for them. This is prime time to ask them the magic question. If you loved your products, would you be sharing about it with people? That's the magic question. Christina has done a whole entire training on the magic question, what to say. There's a flow chart, the whole 9 yards. Is fantastic. Learn it, memorize it. Okay, it's really, really important. So you need to have a sense of urgency about these welcome calls, though. If you can't get on the phone with them to join them, and you just have to send them a link and make sure you get the order, that's totally fine. But within 24, maximum 48 hours, you need to be on the phone with them. Just make sure that you can easily reach out and say, hey, let me call you real quick. Do you have 5 or 10 minutes? Just want to make sure you get off to a strong start. A couple things I want to fill you in on before you get your products. Get people on the phone. You cannot be effective with the magic question if you are in a text message, even if it's a voice message, because in a text message, people have the option of responding. They don't have to respond to your magic question. So guess what? It's just a question at that point. A question that's probably going to be ignored. It ain't magic anymore. On the phone, what are they going to do? You ask the magic question, what are they going to do? They're going to hang up on you? I mean, I've never had that happen, just so you know. If you're on the phone, people are going to respond. They're going to give you their objection. Okay, so the purpose of this question is not to convince somebody to build a business. The purpose of this question is to uncover someone's objection. All right. So people will fall in one of three buckets with this question. If you love these products, would you be telling people about them? Some people are going to say yes. Yes, if I love the products, it would make sense to tell people about it, right? If it helped me, I want to help other people, right? I mean, they might not say all those words. They might just say, well, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right? So, and then your job is to continue asking questions. If they're open, if they're saying, yes, if I love the products I'm going to share, what I would say is, well, that's awesome. I'm excited to hear that. Tell me a little bit more about that. What would motivate you to want to share if you love these products? So for some people, it might just be, well, I mean, I just would want to help people. I mean, if it's helped me, then why wouldn't I want to help people that I care about, right? If it's helped me and it works for me, and then I know some people who could use this, right? So some people, it might just be their motivation is to help people. Some people might say, well, I mean, if I love it, then I'm going to be telling everybody about it, because why not make money? I mean, I could totally see myself making money with this. Okay. So this is not most people are not going to be ready to make money right off the bat. This is going to be a process. I'd say about 10% of the people that you talk to on the phone will be, yes, I'd like to make money, or yes, as soon as I see some results, I'm going to start sharing with people. Or I don't even need to see results. Where do I sign? I'm going to start sharing. What do I need to do? Okay. So you want to ask questions. Tell me more. What would motivate you to share? Figure out what their motivation is. Don't assume you know what their motive is, because you don't know what their motive is. What motivates you might not be what motivates them. So don't make assumptions here. Okay. And then you want to validate that is possible and more. Whatever it is they're thinking, you're going to encourage them here to think bigger than what they're thinking. If they're saying, well, yeah, I mean, if I loved it, I'd be telling people about it. I like to help people. All right, I know people who need this. Then you're going to say, well, listen, if you did decide to start doing this, here's how I'd see this going. Here, based off what I know about you, here's how I could see this going. This could turn into X, Y, Z. And guys, this is where I encourage people to think really big, because I really believe anybody can do this. As long as they have integrity, I'm going to support them in their efforts. Okay. And so I would say, well, listen, here's how I would see this go. I just want to encourage you to think really big with this, because you could be very successful. I mean, if you're open to sharing this, like you could do more than what you're thinking. What are your thoughts on that? Have you ever thought about doing something like this? And this is often where their real objection would come up. Okay. And it's usually, and I'll talk a little bit more about objection in a second. Anyway, so if that's the case, if somebody's open and they do want to make money right then, or they're ready to start sharing then because they want to help people and they don't need to wait for their own results or whatever, then you're going to go ahead and plug them into the getting started video. Now, just know that the getting started video it's a little over an hour long, and you're going to have to sell it. You're giving them homework. You're going to have to sell the value of this call. Okay. You're going to have to tell them what's in it for them. You're going to say something along the lines of, okay, I'm going to tag you in a video that teaches you literally everything you need to know to start making money like right now. It'll tell you how to post. It'll teach you about our products. It'll tell you what to say in a message to somebody. It'll tell you how to handle objections. Like, it'll literally tell you everything you need to know to make money right now. So take notes as you watch it. And then let's talk about it. If you have any questions, let's talk about your questions after you watch this video. And what I see happen a lot of times is they just go start sharing. They usually don't have questions. Sometimes they do, but a lot of times they don't. They're just like, yeah, I mean, it was pretty self-explanatory. And then they understand the process, and then they get to work. It has vision in there. Like, it encourages people to think big. Okay, so that's what you're going to do with the yes people. The people, when you ask, if you love these products, would you be sharing them with people? Some people are going to say, I mean, probably, but, and usually here comes their objection. Usually the objection is something along the lines of, I want to get my own product results first, or something like that. Okay. So in other words, yeah, I mean, I'm open to sharing, but I have an objection. That's kind of what they're essentially saying. And their objection could be a lot of different things, but they're not completely closed to the opportunity. All right. So this is about 80% of the people that you're going to be on the phone with. They're somewhere in the middle. They're not like all gung-ho. Like, yeah, where do I sign? What do I do? Tell me what to do. They're also not completely closed. They're like the yes, but. Yeah, I probably would share, but. Here's my objection. Okay. Yes, I probably would, but I'm going to wait and get my own results first. Okay, guys, we have an entire training video about how to handle this objection, and I'm running out of time. So I will just refer you to that video. If somebody could find it and maybe drop it in the giveaway chat, that would be helpful. But we have ways that you can handle that objection. Okay. If someone says, I'm not a salesperson, well, yeah, I probably would, but I'm just not interested in a business. I'm just not a salesperson, like not for me, done it before, whatever. I'm just not good at sales. You're always going to use feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Not good at sales either. I'm an introvert, first of all. Never saw myself as a salesperson, but what I found is that we naturally share with people that we care about things that have helped us. And these products are going to help you a ton. And I know that you might not feel comfortable selling, but you're going to love your products. They're going to help you. So I'm just curious, when they do, what are your thoughts on telling other people about it? Would you be like, if you're this bloating issue that you're struggling so bad with, if it goes away, or you keeping that to yourself, you telling people? So the goal here is to get them to see that they're naturally going to be, that we all tell people about things that have added value to us. You go watch a good movie. What's the first thing you do? You go post on social media, right? You just sold 10 movie tickets and you don't get paid for that. So people need to know things like this. Just offer perspective. You always recommend good restaurants. You always tell people about your favorite shampoo or mascara or whatever. This is no different. Okay. I don't have the personality for this opportunity, this kind of business. I definitely don't have the personality. So that's a different objection. Then, feel, felt, found. Again, I'm an introvert. What kind of personality do you think you have to have would be my question. I would just say, I understand that. I thought you had to have this type of personality. I thought you had to be like out there and outgoing and people please, or love all the people, life of the party. And that's not me. So I can relate. But what I found was that we have people that are crazy successful in this company with all different personality types. So it really doesn't have anything to do with your personality at all. So tell me more about this personality thing. What kind of personality do you think you would have to be successful? All right. What if somebody says, I don't have time? Well, if you don't have time, what you really don't have is belief in the opportunity. So you need to understand that. The first objection I gave you about, I want my own results first, that is they don't believe in the products. So you're going to engage in a process from that point that's going to build their belief in the products. The second objection I gave you, I'm not a salesperson, or the third one, I don't have the personality for it. Those are both, I don't believe in myself. So you would engage in a process that would help them build belief in themselves. This one, I don't have time, is I don't believe in this opportunity, because here's the truth. People have time for what they want to have time for. You make time for your priorities. And so if they don't have time for this opportunity, it's because they don't see the value in the opportunity. Because if they did, they'd be running toward it. Okay. So you're going to engage in a process that's going to build their belief in the opportunity. And then the last one is, or the most common, one other common one is, I don't want to be that person. Yeah, I'm just not for me. I don't want to bug my friends and family. Okay, so this is another one that's saying, I lack belief in this opportunity. So again, you're going to engage in the process, which would build someone's belief in the opportunity. Just know that every objection that you get is always a lack of belief in one of three things, either the products or themselves or the opportunity. And once you determine what they lack belief in, and it could be more than one, then you are going to take your next steps will be determined by what they lack belief in. Okay. Now, our next Monday night, we will be at Leaders Retreat, so we will not have a team call. But the following week, I'm going to be talking about the process of what it takes to build someone's belief in the products, in themselves, in the opportunity. I'm going to outline that whole entire process. But tonight, I just wanted a primer on the process of duplication, like this whole conversation of bringing up the opportunity and just having a conversation about the opportunity initially. That's what we're talking about tonight. In 2 weeks, we're going to talk about what to do after you get off the phone. If they're still not all in, they still are not interested, they're still hesitant, what do you do? What's the process with that person based on what belief they lack? What do you do after you get off the phone? All right, so the third bucket that somebody could fall into when you ask the magic question could be just no, not interested, no way, no how, not now, not never, no. Okay, that's not most people. That's probably 10% of people. Just flat out closed, and when they're closed, you can sense it. Okay, so I'm not trying to cast diamond vision here. Somebody who's absolutely closed, they're anti-MLM, but they know they need the products, that's why they're here. Then I'm just going to say something along the lines of, okay, just keep in mind, if you love your products, it's super easy to get the cost covered. You can just share health and happiness with 3 people and you would easily cover the cost of your own products. That's the only time I use that phrase ever, guys. I do not cast small vision to someone that I see potential in. Okay. Only if they're absolutely closed do I use that phrase. All right. Do not expect somebody to go all in the first time they hear this. That conversation that I just described, it's the initial conversation. It's seed that you planted, number 1. After that, you're going to water the seeds, give them sunshine, nurture them. Eventually, there will be a harvest, but we'll talk about that process next time. Don't take it personal, guys. Do not take it personal if somebody's a no. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. Just know that they don't know what you know yet. If they knew what you knew, they'd make the decision that you made, but they're not there yet. And so you're just going to make it your mission to, over time and with love, educate them. And we're going to talk more about that on the next call. So not tonight, but in 2 weeks. All right. I'll see y'all then. I'm going to drop the link for the 9:30 call in the chat if you want to hop on that. If not, then I will see a lot of y'all at Leaders Retreat. Oh, no book study this week either. Leaders Retreat. See y'all in Orlando. Good night. Bye.